Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn how to create a rosary plaque to maybe display on a prayer table or to hang on the wall during the month of May to remind us that we are celebrating Our Lady, Mary, during the month of May. We are going to use salt dough, which I'll teach you how to make in just a minute. We will use watercolor, and you'll need a piece of cardboard and some crayons or markers to decorate that. So if you'd like to learn how to make this beautiful rosary plaque, then keep on watching. So to make this small batch of salt dough, it's so fun to play with. I'm excited to teach you. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of salt, a 1/4 cup of water, and a 1/2 cup of flour. The first thing that you will do is mix together the 1/4 cup of salt and the 1/2 cup of flour. Once that is mixed together, you will slowly add your 1/4 cup of water. And once it forms together, once you are stirring it with a spoon, and it's all forming one clump, you can take it out and start kneading it in your hands. We know that when we say we are kneading something, we are pressing it together, pulling it apart, pressing it together again until it's not sticky. It doesn't come off on your hands, but it's still sticking together. If it starts to crack apart and become brittle, you can get a little bit of water and smooth out the cracks. I think we may have done that in class before together when we're working with clay. So I am using my salt dough to make the beads that will form our rosary. You will need 53 smaller beads to be your Hail Marys, and you will need 6 Our Father beads to be, or 6 bigger beads to be the Our Father. And you'll also need a cross for the crucifix. So what I am doing is just pinching off a small piece of clay or salt dough, and then I'm rolling it into a sphere, and then you are going to press it into your cardboard. It should be a little bit sticky so that when you press it onto the cardboard, it will stick. And then once it dries, we will have all of our beads on our board for our full rosary. So I have put down all of my beads in order. You can see I did mine in a spiral pattern, and that one must not have been sticky enough. So if a piece is going to fall off, let me grab it. You are going to, I have some water in a little cup over here. Just dip your finger in the water and rub it on either the back or the side, kind of mush it in to get that clay a little bit more sticky again. And once it's a little more sticky, it will stick on the cardboard. So I'm going to press that was my first Our Father bead. I'm going to press it right where it jumped off. So there we go. So I did my rosary in a spiral pattern. You can do yours in whatever kind of pattern or shape you want. Just remember when you are pressing down the beads, they have to be wet and sticky in order to stick to the cardboard. If you roll all your beads and then go to press them onto the cardboard, they will be too dry and they will probably not stick. So you could roll them all, lay them out, and then add water to each of them as you stick them down. That is another option. I'm going to let this dry now. I think I'm going to set it outside. It is about 98 degrees today outside in Arizona. So I'm going to set my whole board outside to dry, and I will be back in about, I think I'm going to set it out there for a couple of hours, and I will come back and I will show you what it looks like. So to finish our rosary, I've let my rosary dry outside, and it took a couple of hours. Since it's so warm here in Arizona, it was done in a couple of hours. You can see all of my beads have stuck to my cardboard, and I have begun painting it. I am using a watercolor set right here, and painting it will make it more exciting, obviously more exciting to look at, and it will help us to differentiate or to make different the Our Father beads and the Hail Mary beads. So you can see right down here, I have one more decade to paint. So I'm going to dip my brush in a little bit of water, dip it into my blue paint, my blue watercolor, and I'm going to paint right on top. I am going kind of quickly here, but you should take your time and make sure you get all of the sides of the bead so that it is fully colored. You could use other paints, but I think that the watercolors are pretty vibrant and the beads will soak up the water and not fade as much. The paint will not chip off. Kind of becomes one with the clay. What I was thinking also, if the whole rosary seems a little too much for you, if you don't think you'll have time to make all 53 Hail Marys and all 6 Our Fathers, maybe you get mom, dad, brother, sister to help you and you can do it all together, or you could just do one decade, which would be 1 Our Father bead and 10 Hail Marys with the crucifix. Next, now that all of my beads are painted, I am going to write across the top. I think I'm going to write, you could really title it whatever you want. You could write Rosary. I think I'm going to write Hail Mary, full of grace. Now this is all done, so I can either hang it on the wall or put it on my prayer table, display it somewhere that I will be reminded to pray the Rosary in the month of May. I hope you enjoyed this project. Stay tuned for our next video, which will be how to make a salt dough flower. We will make salt dough flowers to celebrate Mary in the month of May.